Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Grue. Hey, for Grue, we got a very, very great guest on a hit horror series called Legacies, and it is the one, the only Doug Tait. He's been in numerous horror films and TV series and other stuff besides horror as well. Looking forward to talking to him, and it's coming up next. All right. Welcome to Grue, and thank you so much for coming on the show tonight, buddy.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Sweet.
Good to be here.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Uh,
Yes.
Wanted to ask you, like, what, when did you know you wanted to get into the world of acting?
I knew when I was in high school actually. I wasn't like a theater guy because I was an athlete. I played basketball and stuff.
Oh, really?
I like I was a basketball player. I like goofing around and stuff in class and stuff. And then we had a video class. So I would be the guy that would do all like the skits and stuff
Nice.
for the TV. And it was like the old editing boards. It's not like Final Cut, which everyone has now and everything. Um, so yeah, it was kind of started then, and then it's funny because my friend got like this ad in the newspaper to be an extra in a movie, and and he submitted for it, and then one day he shows up and they're like, yeah, they called me to be an extra, you should come with me. And we ditched school and I went with
Nice.
him, and it was a movie with Corey Feldman and we were extras in it. It was awesome. It was like so awesome. And I was supposed to have a suit. So my friend brought two suits, and I'm 6'5" and he's like 5'10".
Oh my
So
God.
I put on one of his suits and the arms were like up to here. So I was like Frankenstein in the scene with Corey Feldman. But I was like loving it, dude. I was like, oh, this is where I need to be. I want to be doing this. And this is
Oh,
when like
definitely.
Corey Feldman was like, it was like an indie movie. Nobody has ever heard of it. But I didn't know. I was just like, I'm on set, man.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure your scene stood out the most for your size and wearing like a tight suit.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I didn't care. I was just like, hey, whatever. I'm on set. Like, it never fazed me. Yeah. So, so
And
yeah. So that's kind of when it started, and then after that, I got my first job, and my only job I ever had as besides acting was I got a job. I grew up in LA, and I started work at Universal Studios
oh wow.
playing characters like Frankenstein. I played Harry. I played the Wolfman. I played Phantom of the Opera. I played all these characters in the theme park. That was my
Wow.
only job, and I worked there for like 8 years. And
Wow,
then
that
when I
sounds so
got,
much fun.
oh, it was awesome. It was like I was performing, training and getting paid for it. It was a great experience.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, I went from high school to there to pursuing acting while I was working at Universal Studios.
Nice.
Yeah,
And you lived in Los Angeles, right? Do you still live
yeah.
there yet?
I
So
still do. Yeah, I'm actually in Atlanta right now because that's where this show that I'm shooting is. But yeah, I still live in the San Fernando Valley
oh
in Los
wow.
Angeles. Yeah. It's where Fast Times at Ridgemount High was shot, and a lot of movies. Cobra Kai actually
Oh.
takes place in the valley where I live,
Oh wow.
but it's now the show is shot in Atlanta, which is crazy. But it takes place in the valley. Yeah, it's wild. Back when they shot Karate Kid, they
Uh-huh.
shot in the valley, But now because of tax credits and everything, they shoot in Atlanta. So many
Gosh,
shows are shot here.
that's fun.
Yeah, it's wild. But they'll do exterior shots of the valley, and then they'll be here for like interiors of the dojo and stuff. And it's supposed to be the San Fernando Valley.
Nice,
It's fun. Yeah.
nice. And like living there, is that the place to be if someone wants to go far in acting? Like if someone wants to get like a lot of roles, is Los Angeles like the place? Because that's what everybody says, and that's what you hear from like a lot of people, a lot of actors, that that's the spot you have to move to if you want to go far in acting.
Well, I feel like that if you're starting out, it's not the place to be just because it's there's just so much competition, you know. Um, but it's a place where everything starts, you know.
Hmm.
Everything is starting there. So if you're trying to meet a network executive or have meetings with big agencies, they're all in LA, you know,
Yeah.
all the big ones. And New York has some too, but um it's really the place to be for that. But if you're an actor that wants to get a lot of work and, you know, have more opportunity, you definitely would, you know, especially if you're not like 25 years in like me, you're gonna get more opportunity here in Atlanta.
Oh,
So
really?
it just depends. Oh yeah, because there's so much more opportunity here, and there's a smaller pool of people. They fly me out, which I'm very grateful for, but they cast a lot of the smaller parts here. So the people in LA aren't getting opportunities to work on all these shows that are here, but there's more movies and shows going on here than there is LA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So yeah. It's because of there's a huge tax credit here, so they save more money shooting here than they would shooting in LA. LA has a lot more it's a lot more expensive to shoot. They're not
Yeah.
getting a tax credit, even though like Warner Brothers is the show that owns the show I'm on, Legacy.
Hmm.
They're all in LA and all their stages are there, yet they're shooting in warehouses, abandoned warehouses here because it's cheaper. So it's all
Wow.
about the bottom dollar, man.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds like that. Wow.
Yep.
And you just said the big hit television series you're part of now. It's a horror series.
Yeah, it's called Legacies. It's a high school show about these kids at this school, and they all have like powers, and there's a lot of monsters and creatures and stuff. So it's like horror fantasy. It's very popular amongst like, you know, like 14 to like 25. It's got a huge following. It's a spin-off from a show called The Originals and Vampire Diaries. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, so it's very popular. Like it's crazy because like all over the world, I'm getting messages from people every day asking me, "Have you seen this guy?" And then this like, there's certain characters on the show. Like I play the lead's dad on the
Uh-huh.
show, and they're always asking me, "Hey, it's Landon, can you take a picture of Landon and tell him I said hi?" And it's like he doesn't care. He doesn't want me to do that, but yeah, it's crazy. Like Brazil, people from Brazil. It's like it's crazy how worldwide it's spread. It's cool though, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because I I haven't seen the show yet, but I definitely want to because I'm a huge horror fan, and
Yeah,
I was reading up on show, and from what I read about it, it sounds awesome. Like you have like a it sounds like a a big horror show with werewolves and vampires and
exactly,
witches, and so
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
So
definitely
yeah,
something
so
I
it,
want to
you can
see.
catch it on Netflix. If anyone's who's ever listening, you could watch it on Netflix. It doesn't have the new episodes, but it's also on the CW. So
Yeah,
You can see it weekly on the CW or catch it on Netflix. So yeah.
And who do you play? You say you play the lead's dad?
Yeah, I play the lead's dad, and my character name is Malivore, but I've also played other characters in makeup
Oh,
that they've used me for. So yeah, I played a few different characters on the show, but Malivore is the main one that I play.
oh
Yeah,
wow, that's awesome,
yeah,
nice.
exactly.
And how how many seasons have you been on the show now?
It's on. This is the third season we're shooting now. So I was on the first two, and now
Oh,
the third season is we're shooting right now. So they already got picked up for the fourth season, and then they'll probably go
nice.
to five too. So it's gonna go for a while.
Oh wow,
But
nice.
yeah, it's like sometimes you watch a show and then it ends, and you're like, no, this show's gonna go on for a while. So if you get into it, you won't be disappointed because
Oh,
it's gonna continue.
well, I mean that's actually good for you because I mean if you stay on the show as like one of the main casts,
Yeah.
then you got work for like another few years.
Exactly. No, exactly. Yeah. No, I was happy when they got picked up. They just announced it like a couple weeks ago. So I was like, yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
totally.
and and what do you think has been like the best scene from the show in the first two seasons?
Well, my favorite one that I've done is they kind of explained my history and
Nice.
without giving like spoilers, um, they talk about like the backstory of my character because I'm in makeup,
Mm-hmm.
so it's very interesting. And to those who have not seen the show, there's a lot of backstory to my character. So one of the last season, season two, explains all that stuff. So yeah, I don't want to like give away details, but I'd love for anyone listening to go and watch and see all the stuff that explains it all.
Nice, nice. And what do you like best about playing your character for the show?
I think that, whenever you get to do a character more than once, you really get into it more in the sense where you have more of a wider understanding of the character because now you've already done it and you have read more scripts and been able to work on it more and just doing something over and over. Like if you watch a series, any series of that you like, and you
Yeah,
watch them from season one to like season four, you go, oh my God, like the acting and who they became is so much better now than when
yup,
it first started. So it's just as an actor, when you're able to do a lot of episodes, you just get better at playing your character. So that's one of the great things about not just being a one time, because I do shows where I'm just on one episode and
yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
of course.
And you get a chance to really develop the character when you do that, because you're cast and then you shoot a week later and then it's like you're done. So having that opportunity to work on it and then get comfortable with it and then meet the people and feel at ease always when you're on set and know everybody and just feel like you could just experiment and do stuff. That's been the greatest thing of being on a show more than just one or two episodes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and like being on a show that actually gets picked up for like season after season and
Yeah.
you actually like you and the rest of the cast like use group clothes because you're on the set and you're
Yes.
you're on the show for years and that's when the bond forms right between like you and the
Exactly.
cast.
That's what I'm saying. Like just, people knowing who you are. Cause when you
Hmm.
just come on one day or 2 days, like they don't know you, you don't know them. So you're kind of like, you know, you're not as comfortable as you would be like I am now. You know,
Yeah.
they know you, you like each other, they're cool, we've talked. So now it's just like we're friends and we just do our thing. And it's just so much better that way. And, you know, you don't always get that opportunity. So it's a great thing when you do, you know, and then you know the directors, you know, the producers, you know, everybody behind the scenes. It's just, you know, it's nice to be in that position.
Nice.
Um, and you're able to, I feel like you're able to do better when you have that bond, like you said.
Oh,
You're
definitely.
better,
Yeah,
you're better actor. Yeah, you're more
definitely.
comfortable, you know. So yeah, for sure.
And I saw someone just like join the cast, and he's on it now for like the long haul. Leo Howard, like he was someone
Oh
that like
yeah,
just joined the cast. I think
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
season 2, right? He joined Leo Howard.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Like they add new people in, a new character, and they'll add them. And I mean, it's like a family. Like I said, there's everyone's so cool. And some of these, a lot of these, you know, are very young
Yeah,
people, you know, and they've been acting with their kids,
yeah,
so
I know, that's
they're
crazy.
like extremely talented, man. I'm like, I'm looking at them going, man, I wish I had your abilities at your age, you know, when I was your age. But you know, I didn't start acting as a kid, so
Uh-huh.
you know, but yeah, you know, there's it's just everyone's so talented on the show.
Nice.
It's great, yeah.
And keeping up the like vibe for horror, you're in a horror film that I actually saw, Unfriended Dark Web.
Yeah, I'm the villain in that.
That was a very good movie. Like I remember when I first went to go see it, I was like, I was like the first Unfriended, I didn't really like it.
Yeah,
This one was like blew the first one right out of the water. Like
I
this
agree,
one was
man.
really
When I
good.
read oh man, I'm with you 100%. I feel like this one, like the first one was okay, but it was also like it wasn't as realistic. This one was like, oh my God, like the dark web is real. And when I
Yeah,
read the script,
exactly.
I started looking stuff up and all that stuff is legit.
Hmm.
People pay for things that you can't even believe in the dark web. Like shit that is just crazy.
Oh, I know.
And that's what made it to me more scary as opposed to like some monster or something. It was
Yeah.
actually this stuff could happen, man. Like people are paying for stuff that you're like, you know, Jeffrey Dahmer stuff. You know
Oh,
what
I
I
know.
mean?
It's crazy.
And it's crazy. Yeah. So the writer is my buddy now. I didn't know him at the time, and then he
Hmm.
cast me, and like he was talking to me about it. He's like he did research and he was telling me some stuff, and I was just like, oh my God, man. So yeah, so I play the villain in it, Sharon Four, and he's basically a dude doing crazy stuff, and he's
Oh
part of
yeah.
this community, and people are just twisted, man,
I
and
know.
like
It's
stuff
like
like that
totally
happens.
insane. Like I
Yeah.
remember watching. I was like, oh my god.
And
Because
don't you agree that makes it scarier?
it does. It does. Yeah.
Don't you agree that makes it scarier knowing that that stuff could go on?
I know because
Yeah.
it basically is real. Like it's like I mean, like the Jasons and the Freddys and the Michaels aren't real unless someone is really crazy and puts on a hockey mask and
Yeah.
kills
Yeah.
people. But like
Totally.
this is real. Like the dark web is actually a real thing, and a lot of sick stuff goes
It's
on
a
there.
real thing, man.
Hmm.
Yeah. And people pay with Bitcoin and all this cryptocurrency so that, you know, they can't be found and like, and it's stuff that you would never get into unless you really like researched it and stuff. So yeah, yeah, you could buy like crazy drugs and all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff that you couldn't find normally through the dark web.
Oh
And
yeah.
I didn't know any of this until I read the script and started like doing my research and stuff, and I was like, what the hell? I was like, oh my God. And like it gave me like this creepy feeling of like
Yeah.
stuff going on that I wasn't really aware of, you know.
Hmm. I know
So
you're probably looking at that script saying, nah, this can't be real.
no, at first I was like, what the hell? And then I started to like read, and I didn't want to go too far
Yeah.
because you go too far and then you get into like stuff that you don't want to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
But but yeah, man. Yeah, that's I agree. That was some crazy stuff there.
Oh, I
And
know.
it's unfortunate because like the first Unfriended actually did better than Unfriended Dark Web, but I feel like the Dark Web was a better movie,
Oh
you
my
know.
God, it was so much better than the first one.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
I mean, the first one wasn't bad. It was really slow, but
Yeah,
it wasn't something I liked. Like this one had like a lot of action, a lot of
I know.
killings. Like
I
it
know.
was like so much better.
I agree, man. I agree. Thanks for saying that. I appreciate it.
And out of all
Yeah.
like the death scenes in the second one, Dark Web, which which death scene did you like the most?
Uh, well, what was crazy? I got to say one thing before I answer that.
Okay.
This movie, traditionally the way movies are shot is so different than this movie was shot.
Mm-hmm.
You got your expensive camera like Arri Alexa or Red Dragon or whatever, and you got all this crew around you because this takes place on a like what we're doing right now, like a
Well, yeah,
Skype
exactly.
call. They literally had like us like shooting with our cell phone or like a little GoPro on top of a laptop.
Oh wow.
Like the whole film is shot that way. Like it's like so untraditional for filmmaking
Yeah.
that
Wow.
it's amazing how they got away with doing it that way because they were shooting it like it's supposed to be film because that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes when you shoot a movie and it's shot with like this amazing camera, but yet it's supposed to be a Skype call, it
Yeah.
looks
Yeah.
fake. It looks fake, right?
Right.
Because in a Skype call, not everything is crystal clear and not everything is, perfectly angled or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the to answer your question, I like the kill when I come up on the girl, um I come up on the girl and kill her in the room, and then I come into the computer
Yeah.
after, and then I'm and then I type in, to the guy seeing it. It's been a while since I've seen it, but that was my favorite kill. Like I think I twisted her neck, or how did I kill her? I forget. Do you remember the girl in the room?
I do remember that. I'm trying to remember how the
Yeah.
scene went now because yeah, I haven't seen it in a while either. Like I saw the movie when it first came out.
Yeah. But just the fact that it like somebody being in a room on a chat,
Mm-hmm.
and then like let's say right now we're talking, somebody comes up behind you, you don't see them, and they murder you,
I know that's
and then they're
crazy.
like, what the fuck? What is that? Like that's the stuff I was doing.
Right.
So, that was crazy, dude.
It
Crazy.
is. It
But it's
is.
like
It's
a real,
insane.
it's not a monster, it's a person wearing like a little scarf over his face. So it's like
Yeah.
it's a real person. So yeah,
Oh man.
I know. Wow,
No.
huh?
And there's another horror film that you're part of that, and you work with two huge names in the horror world, Lynch and Candyman himself,
Oh,
Tony
dude.
Todd.
I'm still
Final
friends with,
Wish.
yes. Okay, I'm friends with Tony Todd.
Oh, Get Out.
I'm friends with Lin Shaye. I did a movie with Tony Todd and Lin Shaye years before this movie. I did a movie uh, called Jack the Reaper with Tony Todd.
Oh
And I don't know if you've seen
yeah.
it, but it was like in 2008 or 9. So I met him
Yes.
then.
I did see that movie. I can't remember it because like I said, I saw it years ago.
Okay. So I play the Reaper. I play Jack the Reaper. Tony Todd's in that. So I've been a buddy of Tony since then. We've been to conventions together. Lynn Shea I met on this short we did years ago, and I've been in touch with her. And both are just so amazing. They're just such good people, man. God, I love both of them. Tony Todd is he's just so cool. Good,
Yeah.
good people, man. Good people. Yeah.
And he's big too. Like he's
Dude,
tall.
we actually played brothers in Jack the Reaper. It's funny, but we're the same height.
Yeah.
We're the same height, but that dude's hands, like his hands are like this. They literally are like this much bigger than mine. But yeah, me and Tony are the same height. He's 6'5". He's a great actor. I mean,
Oh
he's
my
such a
God,
good actor.
yeah.
So good in his voice. Yeah, he's a good guy. Have you met him at conventions?
I met him at one horror con. He was doing a thing where he dressed up like his big character,
Oh, no way.
Candyman, and he had
Oh,
like
wow.
the long jacket with the hook on his hand,
Oh, wow.
and you could take photos
Oh,
with
no,
him
no
as
way. Where was that
Candyman.
at? Where was that at?
It was in I forgot the horror convention's name. It was over here where I live at. Well, I live in Philly, but it was in Jersey.
Oh, was it Days of the Dead or Monster Mania or
That was it.
Mon-
Monster Mania.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, they started doing that a few years ago where like
Mm.
Kane Hodder would be
Yeah,
made
he
up
was
as
dressed as
Jason
Jason. Yeah.
and stuff. I was like, oh, Freddie got made up,
Yeah, he
Robert
did.
Englund. Yeah. I was like, wow, that's cool. It's cool because I know all these guys and I like now I'm part of the circuit. I know all these guys. I know all the makeup artists. I'm friends with them. It's neat that growing up watching these guys and then able to work with them and
Oh my God. Yeah.
stuff. It's just like it's surreal, man. It's surreal. And I have something I can't even talk about that is so damn epic, man. And it's a childhood thing that I grew up in horror, and like it's the most iconic character I think of all time in horror. And I got to step behind this character, and I can't say it, but who's ever listening, stay tuned to my social media, and eventually I'll be able to announce it. You'll find out.
Ah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Oh
It's my
wow.
favorite horror icon.
Really?
Yeah. And I think it's the biggest horror icon of all time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.
I
I,
can't say anymore.
well, yeah, of course, but like it, it could only. I mean, you got Freddy, Jason, Michael,
Yeah.
Leatherface, Candyman, Chucky. Like those are like
Yeah.
the big
Those are
ones.
those are the biggest. Those are the biggest, and it's one of those. So yeah.
Okay, okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So when this comes out, like we could probably talk about that again if you come back
Absolutely.
on.
Absolutely. I actually have people that want to talk about it. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, you can be one of those for sure.
Oh, sweet,
Yeah.
nice, thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
And speaking of like big horror names, I saw you actually got to put on the hockey mask and play Jason and Freddy
I
versus
did, man.
Jason.
I did. Wow. Yeah. That was what I was going to say is when I was working at Universal, I got that. That was my first big thing.
Oh
And then
wow.
that's when I quit Universal Studios. and my career kind of started from there. So
Oh.
I got to play Jason in the ending scene where he's coming out of the water with Freddy's head.
Yeah.
And you know, I liked Friday the 13th growing up, but I was such a Freddy fan. I was such a Nightmare on Elm Street fan. And working with Robert Englund, man, it was like I just couldn't believe it. It's like I was saying, you know, like I was a huge horror fan growing up,
Yeah.
you know, and and I was such a nightmare. I remember seeing Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one at a movie theater, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was actually real scared of Jason for some reason. I was scared of Friday the 13th, but Nightmare was a little more campy, but I
Mm-hmm.
loved it. And just being there with Robert Englund, I mean, it was surreal, dude. It was
Oh
like
my
crazy.
God, I could imagine.
But the story behind that is I actually auditioned for the whole movie. Like I went back several times and they were considering me to play Jason. I was only like 22 or 23 at the time.
Oh wow.
And then I didn't hear anything. And then I found out years later that from talking to Ken Kersinger, because we've done conventions together. He's a great guy. I really like Ken. He told me that he went in and he was being interviewed by Ronnie Yu, the director, for
Mm-hmm.
the stunt coordinating job. He's
Oh.
going to be the stunt coordinator, and Ronnie Yu really liked him, and it was like because we're the same height and stuff. He's 6'5", and he's like, "What do you think about playing Jason?" And he was like, "Yeah, oh, I love that." And then I didn't know that at the time. I just heard I didn't get it.
Yeah.
And then he got it because they shot in Canada. He's from Canada. I'm from Los Angeles.
Okay.
So they were shooting in Canada. So when they came back to do the reshoots, because they didn't like the ending, um, they couldn't get his green card, or not green card, but like visa work permit in time.
Oh.
So I was the second choice because they were considering me from the beginning. So they hired me to do the ending scene. That's how it happened.
Oh
It's
wow, that's so
a little
awesome.
trivia, not everybody knows.
Yeah, exactly. Like I
Yeah.
thought that was him from the start to the finish.
No, no. So I got to end the movie, which is cool, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you got to carry Freddy's head as the winner.
exactly, exactly. Totally, man. So, you know, I didn't get the whole movie, but I got a piece of history, and I didn't realize how epic that was to fans,
Mm-hmm.
because I literally didn't I never really, like, it was before social media, so I didn't really talk about it that much. You know, I thought it was cool. And then like 8 years went by, and do you know who Sean Clark is? You know Sean Clark, and he does horror hollow ground, and he like goes around and films old the sites of horror movies,
Oh wow.
and like he has a whole show about it. But he's also like a
Nice.
signing agent, and he like goes around to conventions. You might recognize him. He's big in the horror community.
Nice.
Anyways, he messaged me one day and said, "Hey, you play Jason, and I'm a signing agent, and there's a lot of people that would like to meet you because the fans of this like to meet people that were behind the mask." And I had
Yeah.
no clue about that. And I was like, "Oh, cool." And then all of a sudden I did like my first convention was Horror Hound in
Oh yeah.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And like people were like, "Oh my God, like we never knew, and like we need to get your autograph." And it was like this whole world opened up, and I was like, "This is insane." And this was like 2010 when this happened.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, this was the movie came out in 2003, so it was like 2010, 11, 8 years later. Like
Wow.
people were like, "Oh my God, we heard about you, but we never knew who you were," you know. And it was weird. It's like the horror community is such a great community, man.
Oh
I
my
love
God, the
I
fans
love
are so loyal.
They're loyal, they're good people, they're hardworking people.
Mm-hmm.
they're not weirdos, they're not crazy like people may think because of killing and stuff. It's not like that.
Oh
It's
yeah, exactly.
entertainment. You know, people don't understand that. I try to explain that to people that aren't into horror, but I
Hmm.
love the horror community, man.
Oh,
They're the
it's the
best.
best.
They're the best, dude. They're the best. Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
you've been to quite a few horror cons then, huh?
Yeah, I've been to a bunch, man. I've been all over. I went to Germany and all kinds of places. And then like this
Wow.
last year, obviously with the pandemic, it's kind of
Yeah.
slowed things down. Things are slowly getting back. I heard Monster Mania is having a one soon,
It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So things are slowly getting back and it'll get back to normal, but yeah, I haven't done one in a while because of that, and I've been working too. So so all that has kind of, kept me away, but I'm looking forward to, going back and meeting fans of the movies I've been in, and I
Oh,
love it.
definitely.
I love it. I love it because I'm a people person and I like to talk to people and, especially if they like to talk about the movies I've been in. It's
Yeah.
great. Like we're doing right now,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Nice. And
Yeah.
it it seems like you get on these horror films that are like really good because another horror film that you were in, Annabelle Comes Home, that
Yeah.
was another big film, and Annabelle is in like the same category as like Chucky and stuff, is like a famous killer doll. But
Yeah.
I mean, she's not really like actually. It's weird because Annabelle like really doesn't do the killing. It's the spirit that's like
Yeah.
in her.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Hey man, do you edit these? Can you do like an edit on these? Because I gotta go
Yeah,
to the bathroom so bad
sure,
that I
sure.
could barely hold it anymore.
No
I'm gonna
problem.
run to
Yeah.
the bathroom. All right, I'm back. So
Okay.
so do you want to ask the question again or do you want me to go right
Sure.
into it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Talk. I mean, you could go right into it about Annabelle.
So basically, here's a great story. I got a call for Swamp Thing,
Oh,
right?
nice.
And I went to several auditions for that. I didn't get it. And the main producer, Michael Clear, awesome guy. He's James Wan's guy.
Mm-hmm.
Says, you know what? We loved you, and it was between you and the other guy, and it could have gone either way, but we're definitely going to work together.
Nice. Nice.
So I was like, okay, cool. I've heard that before, whatever. So about 3 or 4 months go by, and I get a call, and he says, "Hey, listen, um, we're doing this movie, and it's a sequel, and it's Annabelle Comes Home." And I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me? I know Annabelle." He's like, "Yeah, we have a character. Would you be interested?" I was like, "Yeah, I'd be interested." So so that was Annabelle Comes Home, and that was the werewolf. And I'm a big James Wan fan. Like I think that his Conjuring movies
Oh my
and
God, they're amazing.
like he is so good, man.
Yes.
I mean, he's
Yes.
like he has a style that I just love what his work. Like he's able to create this he has just this scary, he's able to, I don't know how to explain it, but he has a style that is so good for horror. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in your face slasher, but he's amazing. So I was a fan of his before. So when I knew it was James Wan, he didn't direct it, but he was actually there on set helping
Oh,
out.
okay.
Yeah. Um, and it was an amazing experience. So
Nice.
yeah. So now I'm with them. I got a call for their latest horror film, *Malignant*, that
Oh
James
yeah.
Wan is directing for an acting role, and I wasn't able to do it because I'm on the show. So I was
Oh,
so upset about it. I was so upset. So I was like, oh no. But you know, it's good to be a part of, like, you know, their family and stuff.
oh,
So,
definitely, yeah.
but yeah, that was a great experience. And you know where we shot that?
No, where?
Atlanta.
Oh my God. Are you
Telling you,
serious?
man. I'm serious, man. You know, we're shooting everything in Atlanta. I'm telling you, man. This city is jumping. The city is jumping off.
I see that. Damn.
Yeah.
And you know what's fun? Like the for those films, I actually like Annabelle Comes Home better than the first one.
Oh wow. Oh cool. Yeah. I like Annabelle Comes Home better. I do like the first one,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I mean, sometimes when you're in a film, maybe it registers better.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know? But yeah, no, that team, I swear, I mean, that team is one of the greatest teams to work with. They're such cool. James Wan and this guy Michael, who runs Atomic Monster, which is
Oh
their
yeah,
company.
yeah.
They're the coolest people, man. And when you work with people like that, you're not working, you know, you're just playing all day.
That's
Yeah, they're good people. They deserve their success, man. They're just good people. I can't always say that about everybody, because
yeah,
sometimes
that's
you
true.
work with not great people. It's in any industry though, you know.
Yeah,
They're awesome, man. They're
nice,
talented, good people. Yeah.
nice. So like being in a bunch of horror stuff and watching horror movies, like what are some of your like best horror films to watch? Like horror films that you could watch like over and over.
Well, I love all the James Wans. I love The Conjuring. I love Annabelle. I love everything that he does. I love Stanley Kubrick. I love uh I love the Halloween movies.
Yeah,
I've always been
yeah.
a huge Halloween fan. Halloween 1 and 2 are some of my favorites growing up. I love The Thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's you know, I have so many good horror movies, but those are like some of my favorites, you know.
Nice, nice.
Um what else? I mean, like I said, growing up, I love Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, there's so many great horror movies. Um, you know, sometimes when you watch something as a kid, it just like hits you on a different level.
Oh, of course,
Not
yeah,
the not the same as an adult.
of
But
course.
Halloween for me was epic. You know,
It's a
like
great movie.
I was such a Myers fan. Like I got the mask. You know, I just was all Michael Myers when I was a kid. I was like all about Myers. You know,
Nice, nice.
I have a great story where like there was this place, and I don't know if you guys had it, but back in LA there was this place called Fedco, and when my
Hmm.
parents bought our first VCR, it was like a Costco of the time.
Okay.
My parents bought the first VCR. It had been returned, and then they bought it, and it was the first VCR. So you're like, oh my God, we're getting a VCR.
Yeah, yeah.
And inside the DVD, the VHS was Halloween 2. Somebody had
Nice,
left it in.
nice.
So I snuck it and watched it, and I watched it over and over and over and over. And I was like, this fucking Michael Myers is shit. It terrified me at the same time, but I loved it, you know. So I've always been a fan ever to this day.
Nice, nice.
Myers fan forever, man.
And when you aren't on set for acting, like what else do you like doing for fun besides acting?
I my daughter plays I have kids. My daughter
Mm-hmm.
plays basketball. and I was always a basketball player, like I was saying. So I have a court at my house. I play basketball. I like exercise. I'm still an avid movie watcher, horror and other things.
Nice.
Um, Honestly, like movie watching, movie making, playing basketball, exercise, those are like the biggest things to me.
Okay.
Like if I were to pick, that's like what I love the most, you know?
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
And is there anything coming out next? Like anything you want to plug that you're allowed to talk about?
Yeah. Um, well, I directed my first feature, but I can't even talk about it because we don't even have the title. I'm still editing that. But like I said, stay tuned to my social media because I'll be able to finally announce it. We kind of held off because of the pandemic because we needed to do some pickup scenes.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't able to do them because of all the safety issues. So we're finally going to get that done, and then I'll be able to release an official announcement, which is it's a horror thriller.
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
so I what else? What else can I talk about right now? Coming out. I'm trying to think. Um, Legacies is a thing because of the pandemic. Like so many things have shut down. So there was like no stuff going on. But luckily, I had my film that I was editing through the entire time, which was a
Nice.
great activity to have. But there is other things that are coming out. Oh, I have a movie right now that I star in. It's on Amazon Prime. It's
Oh,
called Attack of the Unknown.
nice.
The sci-fi thriller movie. So if you see that, I play a SWAT guy in that, and I don't know if any of you out there were 21 Jump Street fans.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I star in it with Richard Grieco, who was on 21 Jump Street.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's out right now. And there's also another movie that I star in as a pig creature, a wild boar, and it's called Barney Berman's Wild Boar.
Oh my God, that sounds so awesome.
Crazy. You know who Daniel Roebuck is?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Daniel Roebuck is in it. He's in my film also. He's an awesome guy and actor. But Danny Roebuck is the lead, and it's this town of pig people, and it's kind of the reverse of what we do to pigs.
Oh
Pig
my
people
God.
are doing it to humans. So Barney Berman's Wild Boar, check it out.
Oh my, yeah, I definitely have to watch that. It sounds
You got to
so
watch that,
cool.
man. You
Oh
got to
my
watch
God,
that now that I just told you that. Please watch it. It's
yes,
crazy.
definitely. That
And
that sounds so
Barney
cool.
Berman, let me tell you about Barney Berman. Barney Berman won an Academy Award for Star Trek. His family is a whole family of famous makeup artists, and he's been
Nice.
a makeup artist since he's been a kid. This was his first movie, so the makeup effects are incredible. So all these pig creatures are like top notch on an indie film, and and it's twisted. It's totally twisted. It's on Amazon Prime, man. You got to see it.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I might actually see it like as soon as I leave the room. Like,
Okay, you gotta let me know. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me your
okay.
thoughts on it after you watch.
Oh, definitely. Like this,
Send me an
this
email
sound
or something.
this sounds so good.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, awesome.
And where can fans find you at? Like, what's your socials and stuff?
Yeah, you could go to my page on Instagram, which is actor Douglas Tait. That's the one I use the most. I'm also on the Facebook page, Douglas Tait, my fan page. And then I'm on Twitter a little bit here and there, Douglas Tait. Those are the main things they can find me on.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, buddy. I don't want to take up any more of your time. Thank thank you so much for coming on the show. I love talking horror, and it was really fun talking about horror.
Yeah, man, it was awesome. I loved it. It's been great. Makes me want to go back to conventions now, man.
Yeah,
Talk horror
exactly.
more. Horror fans, we all know the love for this community. It's like we can go on all night talking
Oh my
about
God,
this,
I
right?
know.
Yeah.
Those horror cons are so much fun too. Like just hanging out with other horror fans and hanging out at the bar, and
Oh my gosh, bro. It's a community, man.
it really is. It's so much fun. Like you go there from morning until night, and you
Dude,
don't you
you
don't even
never
get
get
bored.
tired until you get back to the room. You're just like, oh my God, I'm so exhausted.
Yes,
But
yeah,
you don't feel that way during the day. You're
yeah,
just like,
exactly.
because you're having so much fun. It's
Mhm.
awesome, dude. That's why I love it so much. It's not about like, oh, I got to sign, give me my money. It's like I hate it. I hate that about it. Of course, it's nice to make money, but it's about that connection. That's what's so beautiful about it. It's that connection that like you just feed off that. It's amazing. I just
Oh
love it.
yeah.
I love it, man. I miss
Oh,
it. I miss it.
I know. I miss it so much. Like I would go to all the horror cons. Like oh man, like dude, I really miss that.
Yeah, it's gonna come back though, man.
Oh,
It's coming
definitely.
back.
Yeah.
Coming back soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're ever in one of the horror conventions that I go to, I'll stop by and say hi.
Yeah, where what tell me what city are you in again? Philadelphia?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What horror cons are out there?
Well, none in Philly. Like the one I have to go in New Jersey for them. Like the one you were talking about with Tony Todd was at Monster Mania. Like
Yeah.
that's one
Isn't
of
there
them.
another like there's a famous one in New Jersey. What is it? I'm
Uh,
trying
Ch-
to
Chiller.
Chillers.
Chiller's
Oh
the
my
other one. Yeah.
gosh, dude. I've heard about Chillers for years and I've
Yeah.
never been invited
Get
and I
out,
gotta
really?
go to that one, man. I gotta go to that.
Oh, you
I gotta
definitely
go to
have
that.
to.
Who's
Yes.
the who's the owner of that one? I need to go.
Ugh, I have no idea.
I know. My guy will get me in someday, but I hear that's one of the most amazing ones. So that's one
It,
of the top. That's one of the top from what I hear.
it is, yeah, yeah. They get so many like fans there and actors, and oh my
Yeah, I
God, it's
know.
like a big huge party.
No, I know. No, I know. I've heard so many good things about Chillers, dude. I gotta do it. I gotta experience it someday.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, awesome. This has been great, dude. Thanks for
Yeah,
having me.
thank you, man. I really appreciate you coming on and staying on as long as you did.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, cool. We'll keep in touch, man, and we'll I'll make that big announcement like I said, and I can't wait to do it. Cannot
Sweet,
wait.
sweet.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it because I definitely want to have you back on to talk about it.
Horror fans, if you're listening, oh my God, you're gonna it's epic. I mean, it's
Nice,
epic. I know
nice.
that, and you will realize it when that's all I can't even say.
Okay,
I just
okay.
it's so hard because I want to say so bad, but I just can't. I just can't. Yeah.
All right, no problem.
Yeah. Well, awesome, man. Well, hey, Rocky, good chatting.
Thank you, buddy.
And we'll keep in touch, huh?
Oh, definitely. I'm definitely gonna let you know what I think of the pig horror.
Oh, yes, yes. Email me or shoot me a
Okay,
message on Instagram, please.
okay. I promise I will.
Okay, cool, buddy.
All right, bud.
All right, talk to you later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.